YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host, Mary Ellen. This is an episode of Craft with Me where I am working on my bead journal, and there is much to update you on because I think we haven't had a chance to have a chittery chat in about 3 days. Super exciting what I've been up to. So where do I begin? Let's start with something that is nothing to do with bead journals. This is from Rachel at Roxy Creations' latest Rachel's Weekly Challenge. And it is you start with a folded piece here. You can go check her channel for the whole how-to. There's some journaling spot here. And I did a little flip open here and a little thing here just as a proof of concept. I've made some labels. This has got loads of potential. I think I saw her video, and quite often when things really wind me up, it's like, I have to try that right now. And she had pretty much the same response when she saw it with the original maker, and she quotes who that is in her video. Anyways, so we're gonna do one of those at some point, or more of them at some point. I have a huge stack of bead journal stuff, and we are probably going to have to cull it before we start working on it. And I have made some progress. So I will do the big reveal if I don't drop it. Oops, I might drop it. So, not finished. Here we are. So, can you see that? So these are the various signatures. There's 4 in total. And when we last were talking, I was going to really elongate these, but that would end up looking funny and completely out of proportion to the actual paper. So I did all of the work to just trim the box down. And these work, so you can push it to the extreme that way and the extreme that way, and they don't fall in, which is kind of cool. So let us take one of these out just to show you what I mean. So this is C3, and here's the journal, all put together, such as it is, ready to be filled. And then when you want to put it back, just plunk it down like that. And so this is the box. And I think what we need to do now is take these out. And I am so loving that these match together. I had some, this is weird. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and that makes sense to me when you have sort of boxed books where volume 1 is here and you go this way. But there's part of my brain who wants this to be 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have the journal, put them in whatever order. Like, it doesn't, there's no right or wrong. You can always keep track of it either by the front or by the label. So B2 has the 2 because there's 2 in it. You saw 3. This is D4. It's got the 4 in it. So you know the 1, 2, 3, 4. And those fell down because this side is completely off. So let's take these out before there's any damage done. Oh, I love these. I love these so much. They're so fun. So, what do we have here? We have an empty box, and I have thoughts about how to put this together. And such thoughts will require some newspaper and some gluing, and some Mod Podging, and some mess. Because wasn't that fun for a Sunday? So what do I have? First thing I have is some more white paper, because as you see, this seam here hasn't been cut. This seam here hasn't been, hasn't been cut but full of sawdust. This has been, so you can see that that's a raw edge that I use the outside only to seal, but it needs to have a seal on the inside, and we need to do that first before we put that down. So we've got white paper to do that work. That's the side. I was thinking maybe we could line this with some yellow tissue paper. Another thought I had was I have these, and these are tissues, bee tissues, and these also might be fun to, if not, I don't think I can line it, but I could certainly take bits and put them throughout. So there is that. And what's the other one? Yeah, so here, the outside of the box has been troubling me in terms of what ought it to look like. And I think I'm going to use this card as the inspiration. So this is whitish, what are the everybody loves that, like it's buttercup or butter honey, or it's some butterscotch, I don't know, it's some very ecru-y type color, and that might be good for the oh, look at the flanged corners. These are not just any boxes. And then having stenciling on it, which I think could be kind of fun. So kind of, if I can make it look like it's been a working box and then have this as a stencil on it and there's like a code number on it, that I think would be just fine and look like it is a hive set up like this. So that's all of the thinking that I have been doing. And let us, oh, and there's this corner too. So there's also this corner here that needs to be hinged. So we can do the hinges in a bunch of different ways. We can use Mod Podge, which I have here, and a brass. We can use this, and we can use this kind of glue. First thing, I need to make a hinge. So let's get this out of the way. And I am so glad that you are here to support me in this endeavor. Because there's nothing quite as, well, I was gonna say disturbing. Disturbing isn't quite the right word. Yep. And then the second one. It's always good to have somebody around to talk things through with. And that I'm talking to you is a very, very helpful thing. Oh, and pardon my hands, I had a fountain pen accident earlier today. I was refilling and everything was fine up until the point where it wasn't. And I am going to say that while there is this level of mess on my hands, and there was a pretty big cleanup on in the bathroom as well, which is where I was doing the ink decanting. Or did I just bung you? Didn't mean to. It would have been so much worse had I not taken the safety precautions. So what I'm going to do is I have this as a hinge. I'm going to glue both sides, and I'm showing you this now because I don't know if you'll be able to see it. And I'm going to place one down and then flip that up that way so that we get something that's fairly secure. That's the plan anyways. And I think I'm just going to use glue. I don't think we ever do this, but I would be fascinated to know how hard it would be to actually destroy a journal, not for any other reason, but to know if our security measures are overdoing it, if you know what I mean. Because part of me thinks that's the case. Did I? No, it's that top there. So there. So we've got that nice and neat. And more security. Nope, we need the long one. So we're just gonna do that all the way up to the end-ish. And I think the other thing that I'm going to do is, because as soon as I put this side on, getting into this box is going to be really hard. I think what I'm going to do is whatever decoration I do, I'm going to do on the open. Come on. And with this first, so that when I finally do put this together, it will be sort of the final seal, if you know what I mean. Oops. That's the theory anyway. So we're going to do that, and we're just going to pop that up. Because we sure do glue. I mean, we glue. And I am first among the gluers. As Rachel says, I think she calls herself a vigorous gluer. I am team vigorous gluing. No, it can't all be perfect. There we are, and there's that. There's that. And that's going to go down that way, so I need to glue that. And I'm going to use this glue instead of the Yoo-hoo glue, because I think this needs a little bit more oomph to it. Let's see, so far so good. Looks quite clean. I was super excited to be able to get to work on the shell, because I think the shell has been weighing on my mind as a hurdle. But it's not really. It's very straightforward to do. A lot of the box building techniques, I guess, I got from Carrie the Crafter, who has a YouTube channel, that Junk Journal YouTube channel, and he has made ephemera boxes out of just boxes you can get at the dollar store or whatever, like your basic not cardboard box, but box board, maybe that's what they call it. So his techniques are the ones that I am relying on here, and he makes the process very straightforward, very easy to follow. It looks maybe daunting, but I don't think it is if you take it in steps and stages. And you just do a bit at a time, and then you stop and paste it all out. Okay, so I'll just fold this over. Here we are. That's like that. And ridiculously, I want to get rid of this blue. And I wonder if gesso would work. Gesso is suddenly going to make this. Be right back. Just getting some gesso. It might slow down the process a bit because we have to wait for it to stop. It might be the simplest way of doing this. But let's sit and think on this for a minute, because eventually I'm going to want to put this in. And the way I'm going to put it in is I'm going to put seam 1 here, because I think that's one that needs to happen, and then maybe seam 2 are going to be sort of the outsides. So seam 1, seam 2. So this is really the only spot that I need to cover, because everything else is going to be covered with white when I put that on. So probably just do this. Do that. Lettuce. Another, just one thing at a time. Oh, here, stay. There, so that's done. Another thing that I need to sort out is the what do we want to call that? The edge, the rim. And maybe if I cover this with white paper, it will disappear anyway, so I don't have to worry. Do I? I don't. No. Okay, so far so good. We want to put some of this down. We could also just paint it. Why do I not want to paint it? I don't want to paint it. You know what? Sometimes you just don't want to paint it. Let's hope I have enough of this yellow tissue. Okay, let's do this in bits and pieces, because this is going to be chaotic in no time. There. Oops. Let's try that first. Okay, so now we need some Mod Podge. Oh. So I don't know if I said this already or not, but it is hot outside again. And the Jays lost to a terrible team. And this I can't even, they're gonna be the, ooh, this hasn't been played with for a while. All right, well, we'll see what we get. Come on, off you get. All right. Mod Podgy. Come on. I don't think I'm too concerned about the perfection of the seams or the layering. I think that will be some texture, which I think I'm okay with. Okay, the next piece. And I can also trim afterwards, which is also going to be okay. What's this? This is a piece of Scotch tape. Tell me to stop because I don't need to tear that off. Here we are. Oh dear, don't do it. Here. Okay, there's that. Next one. Here. How old is this? Year. February 22, February 23. Oh, we're getting on for 2 years. All right, never mind. It certainly explains why this is thick like a sauce, almost. Here. Let's get that patted down. Oops. Are we generally okay? I think we're generally okay. Okay, now we need a large piece. Yep. Sure. I'm gonna use scissors this time. Again, it doesn't matter to me necessarily that everything is torn or raggedy because I can always cover it up. And it's going to be at the inside the box, so really it's the color that serves two functions. It creates color and it creates a little bit more stability at the hinge ends. Come on. I think I need to put this in water. It's going to be good enough. Stay. And we're going to do that as best we can. As best we can. There we are. Okay, I need a little bit more water in that. There we are. Oof, this is. There we are. The pages of the book don't reach the bottom, so there's a lot of easement. The bottom. I just really hope that doesn't tear. As it tears. And tears there too. And there. Well, we will just do a little bit of a patchy patch. Anybody else want to tear while we're up? Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna try and get rid of that. Now it's stuck to my finger. Oh, left hand is getting it today. Okay. Do we have any sticky? We don't have any sticky. Okay, so there's that. Let's put that off to the side for a mow. And I do know. What do I know? Do I know anything? Let's do this for a minute. I want to do some sides. So there's one side that needs to be free. So this is the manufactured side. That should be the one that stays up. This. Okay. So I need something that's 2 inches. And then another thing that's 2 inches. And probably a third thing that's 2 inches. It's very funny to me that we are using plain white paper as the collage medium. Let's collage some plain white. Like, do we ever do that? I don't think we ever do that. I think it is always the plain white that we are trying to cover up. There we are. Yes. It'll be good enough. So I just need to do the one side. Here, there's one. Imperfect, but that's okay. it's going to be 2. That was an outside thinking sound. And I think that's about how these seams will actually go together when it meets the other side of the box. But we will worry about that when we get to that point and fix it then if we need to fix it. There. And then one more. Come on. Oh dear. Well, not every flange is going to be perfect. Okay, there we are. And so now I'm going to cover this with tissue paper. And I'm going to include these pieces here so that when they are stuck down, we just have to do the bits. Okay, maybe this way would be better. Closer to the bottom. Well, let's try that. Here. The Mudgy Pudgy. Let a bunch of that water drain out. Oh, the other thing that I've done is boiled some ruaboo tea. Ruaboo? Oh, I can never remember how to say it. Somebody's yelling at their screen. They have the right pronunciation. I probably don't. In any event, I'm going to see how that dies. So if the heat's a little bit better this afternoon, and by a little bit better that I get shade, I will give it a try. I'm just curious to see what the color will be, because it's a reddish tea. And my current theory is it's going to look like avocado. There. And we need another strip. Yeah, good enough. Good enough. Now I need to get that with a little bit of a ledge back. Otherwise, we're not going to paste it well. Here we are. Now then, so move that over to the side as well to do a little bit of drying. This goes back in here. Now we've got to peel these. One, there's two. If you hear any shockingly loud sounding like fighter jets zipping around, you will not be wrong. The air show is on today. Is there one more? No, I don't think so. Okay. So what do I want to do? I want to sort of cut these. Like that. Okay. And then there. Let's see if this works. Just plunk it down somewhere. Well, it looks quite white. Maybe I have to do the bees individually. That feels like work. Not gonna lie. Okay, let's do groups of 3 bees. In this case, maybe 4. Oof. There, so we've got those and those. Maybe one on the side. just caught a glimpse of the time, and it's like we've been at this for 40 minutes already. There. Is 3 enough? I think maybe something down there. And then we have to do the other side. And I think I want to do something super radical. That is a long line of bees. Oh, golly, that's nice. Let go. Shoo! Yes, no, it's going to go that way. Whoops. So this is going to come around here. It occurs to me that this is the inside of the box, and I am actually really overdoing it. But doesn't that make it all worthwhile? Take a little one. Just a little one right at the top. Oops, that was too much. There. Just want to cut that. There. So there's that. And then we've got to do this one. There. And how about that? And then something maybe down there. Come on. Here. That seems fine. Oof, well, that glue is not placed well at all. Oops. So I think that is all the bee decoupaging and stuff that I can do for the moment, because everybody needs to be dried or have an opportunity to get properly dried. So that's pretty good. So we've got the side, and we've got that is the one, and then this is the other. And then once we get this together, assembled and dried, then I'll do the outside. So this will be a multi-stage process. So let us move this over here and that over there. Hopefully no accidents. So far so good. Top on glue. Top on paintbrush. Scrap. Top on Mod Podge. And I think I've got other that's more recent, so we can do that at some point. Put these off to the side because we'll need those for part 2. I'm going to throw these out because they're too small for what we will be needing them for. Put that away. And I need to put this in some water. I will. Shall I let you go for now? Let's do that. Let's let you go for now. And I think I will be back with, we need to do a serious sort through the ephemera because I've got it all over everywhere, and it's a bit of a mess. If we need to sort of portion out too much, too little, and so forth. So I'm gonna let you know, go for now. As always, thank you so much for your support. It means so much to me. And we'll see you real soon. Bye now.